welcome to Lady Cycles, the workshop. Today we're going to talk about this. This is a tyre, but it's a tubeless tyre. Tubeless, ready, you can see it's upside down. There we go. Some things you might want to know about tubeless tyres, I don't know if I showed you that properly, is that they don't have tubes, of course. All you need is a tyre that works with tubeless and a wheel which is probably the most common wheel you get on any mountain bike today, which is a clincher rimmed wheel. And basically the tyre will, just like a normal tyre, hold onto the inside of the wheel, and it will have liquid in it. And there's also other things that you need for a tubeless tyre is lining, because you have obviously plenty of holes in the wheel all along here. That's where all the spokes go, the nipples go through the rim and hold your spokes together. And basically that's going to be a problem when you've got liquid in, tubeless liquid, which is what tubeless is all about. And basically what you have to do is get this. Can you see that? Dot blue. There's plenty of others. This is actually made by Stan Snow Tubes. They are the main guys. I don't know if I can get focus on that. Maybe not. Yeah, Stan Snow Tubes. Very small writing anyway. But basically these guys, pretty much almost the forefathers of tubeless. They do a lot of products and obviously give their products out to other companies to use them as their own brand. But basically Schwalbe are brilliant. I'll show you what's in the box, but before that, it's also what you need to actually pump things up tubeless is either a very high pressure pump, or add something that will actually be full of compressed air and immediately push air into the tyre. The first step is basically filling the tyre. It has to be tubeless, remember, or tubeless ready, or tubeless easy as they also call them in the world of Schwalbe. But some people call it Schwalbe, some people call them Schwab, but there you go. They're German, they're very good at their stuff, they have great tyres. In this case we've got Hutchinson are really good. They actually really concentrate hard on their tubeless technologies. Anyway, basically you have a special liquid that goes in. As you can see from the picture, it goes in through there. It doesn't have to, you can just pour it in before the tyre is on properly. And you're probably wondering how the tyre even stays on. Well, the good thing is about tubeless is that it makes your tyre pretty much not puncture proof, but a resealing tyre, which you've probably seen in resealing tubes. I'll show you that as well. Just give me a second. Here you'll see you can get tubes which are like that too. So you've got Dr. Sludge, it's filled with stuff. That's when you have a bike with tubes that reseals itself if you have a puncture. Sometimes you obviously have to pump it back up for it to reseal. So if you do ever go out with a resealable tyre or a tubeless, sometimes you still might need a pump, or a CO2 canister would be best for the tubeless. So compressed air is the key to this all, really. So what I also have here is something called a tyre booster, also by Schwalbe, of course. And this comprises of, it is literally, I'll put it down the floor. I don't really want to because it's wet, but never mind, it's only a box, doesn't really matter. What's inside that counts. This is it. Tyre booster is a big canister. Basically put your air in there, just unscrew this, just like a normal. Press the valve you get on any old tyre, any old tube. Sorry about the focus, can't help that. And then just flick this. There you go, the air comes out. And only unfortunate thing about this, which I found out because it didn't say anything on the description, is this. I can't even get, sorry, I'm trying to get this focused here. Yeah, so this is where the valve attaches. You've got a bit that comes off as well. Usually you would expect from a pump at least that you would have a outlet for the valve that works, a connector even, to basically both trade and press the tubes. And The most common is obviously Presta. Well, you don't know, but it is the common one is Presta for any tubeless tyre. But a lot of them, some of them will not always have that. In this case, which was a problem for me, as you can see, it's got a Schrader valve. And you're probably wondering where the hell this valve comes from, because it has no tube. Well, they actually, as you can see, it's got a screw in it, so it's screwed on to make a seal. So it's just literally, like I say, it's been cut off a tube. You could probably even do that if you wanted to fill up the hole so no air escapes. Sometimes air can come out of them, that's why you've got to get these little screws that come with them to keep them in place, so that doesn't happen. So basically, next step is, once you've got your tyre on, and you've got your, there's a rim tape which you will need to put in, which will stop air getting through. So you have to get the rim tape and the tyre and the valve. So you have to get all three of those to actually get it to work. And of course liquid, which I said, and a compressor or compressor pump or a high pressure pump. Here's the pump I've used. I had to buy this because literally it's made by Bonraja, who make really good pumps. That was my last pump as well, and this is my new one. It has a release valve, so you've got this pressed down, pump it up to a certain degree. This goes up to the green bit here. Don't know if you can see that. There's a green bit it goes up to once you've pumped it up to a certain amount. Then you can control the pressure here by how much is in there. Just press that's the release valve there. Then once you've finished pumping up, just flick this up when it's attached to the valve. It lets all the air in straight away. It's not dangerous, it's great, it works perfect. It doesn't do it too fast, so it's not going to blow up in your face or anything. It does it just the right speed. Anyway, so maybe that's, it doesn't matter, that's all to do with how much pressure it is, I guess, anyway. But what you get in here is you've got this empty bottle, comes with it. Now there's a little kind of like you get with milk bottles, like a silver thing inside that you have to take off, otherwise you just won't get the liquid through. I was stupid enough to think actually that you have to clip it at the top, and I thought it was sealed, but I was wrong. So I had to use, luckily I had two kits, so I had to use another bottle. Basically you just pour from the other bottle that's in here. I've got a big bottle, and you don't have to, it's got a flip top. You've got like, you've got that, it looks like a ketchup bottle. You can pour it in directly into the tyre if you want, or if you prefer to do it the kind of, I guess, I don't know how to say it, or the other way, I guess. I don't know, the tidy way. Put this instead of that bottle straight into the tyre before you've actually got the tyre properly tucked into the wheel, and then tuck it in. But obviously you're going to have all this at the bottom of the tyre. It's going to be a bit messy when you're trying to get the tyre on. This seals the edges of the wheel, the rim. So when you've also got something else. I think it's in my pocket actually. Let's see. I thought I did have it. Oh, okay. Anyway, there is something you can actually put round the edge of the tyre here. It's like a shoe polish thing, those little ones, a little squidgy bit of sponge on the end, and it press it and it releases the liquid. Basically, sorry about the mess on the tyre. I've just been given this today to do quickly for someone, so I didn't really have time to tidy the tyre up. Yeah, so it will basically make a nice kind of lubrication around here for the tyre to pop in and not get caught or anything as you put the tyre in and as it inflates. What you also have to do before you finish all this is spin the tyre around, make sure that you've got liquid falling into each nook and cranny. So you just got to tilt it and spin it for a little bit, make sure that every part of the tyre inside is covered by the stuff once you've got the tyre in. So the way you get this in, the tidy way, this also comes with, here it is, a actual valve core remover. So this double-sided. You've got it for both different types of valves. One's for the Presta, one's for the Schrader that goes inside the valve. Basically, this will take the core out. You just screw it out, just like a normal bolt screw. Then what you do, once you've got this filled up with the other bottle, you just literally obviously take that off, push it in to the valve. There it goes, and that's it. And then just put, that's all the stuff in there. Get your pump out, fill up your canister, or you just obviously load up your pump, fill it up. Then obviously the release valve, which is you've seen on this already. Once you've got it in here, once you've put the valve core back in, of course, because if you don't, the air's going to come straight back out. So basically, once you've put the liquid in, that goes in straight back on with the valve core. Make sure it's tight. Also, don't forget, you have to make sure that it's tight here as well, otherwise air will come out of here. It will actually do that sometimes as well anyway, so don't worry when you do your air release or your high, you're pumping with your high pressure pump, that you will hear air come out here. It will. And sometimes you have to kind of, like, as you're doing it, during the middle of it, just spin your wheel around, move it around a little bit, so just try and get the air from here down, move it like that so it drops into the valve area and seals it all up. And there you go, you've got your tyre all pumped up, tubeless, and you're ready to go. So not always as complicated as it might seem, just as long as you've got the right equipment. You can buy these on our website, leelycycles.co.uk/shop, or just visit leely.uk and click shop. It's easy peasy. That's Leeli, by the way. Leeli, cycles is in bicycles, or anywhere you want. We've got 3 versions of the website you can type in, and it comes up on Google anyway. Just type in Leely Cycles and the product name, and it'll come up. So yeah, this is called Doc Blue Professional. It's really good. We don't do this pump, but we can do different pumps that I do not currently know the name of. We do ones by Zephyl and all sorts of different brands. They're not all on there. You can always just call us and ask us if you want, and we can sell these to you. If you've got a Presta valve that you want to use, they're easily swappable. That's the good thing about tubeless tyres. You don't have to take a tube out and swap the valve. You can just put another one in, and it'll be Presta if you want it to be, or Schrader if you want it to be. Easy peasy. But obviously you have to take the lining off first. So basically, well, you might not have to, actually. No, you don't. Sorry, my mistake. But make sure you get the lining in the tyre. That's going to stop air getting through your spokes, because if you do one of these without the lining, it's just going to go straight through your spokes and it's never going to pump up. Always make sure you've got enough sealant in there, because otherwise, if you don't, it's just going to leak out, because it's not going to be all covering all the holes. There you go, and that's how you do a tubeless tyre. So any questions? I'm sorry it wasn't a live demo. I've just done it and then realised, I could have done a video of that, so here we are. So if you need anything else, if you want to go the easy way, like I said, we sell them, we fit them, no problem. If you buy it, we'll just come to our workshop and we'll fit them all for you. Easiest way to do it. If you don't have a tubeless tyre you want to buy, they are quite expensive, to be honest, but they are worth it, because then you don't have to ever worry about flipping too much again, buy new tubes. So easy to do. They get different sizes. 700C, which is a 28 now, they're called 28 inch. Same thing. 29ers, whatever you want to call them nowadays. 28 inch for hybrids or city bikes. 29ers for mountain bikes. 700C is just the original name, French. They come with different valves, you can choose them. Sell these online as well, Dr. Sludge. All pre-filled. All you have to do is put it in. Obviously, you're always going to be the extra weight. That's the whole idea of tubeless, is that you don't have the weight of the tube. Yeah, we'll sort it all out for you. Just give us a call. We'll be happy to help. And hope you like this video. Give us a thumbs up, and we'll make some more if you like it. And yeah, great. Good to see you guys. Shame about the weather today. Hope you guys are having fun. and let's look forward to a great summer and a tubeless summer. Okay, thank you.